Good morning, students. Today we'll discuss about Earth's gravitational force. The Earth attracts every object near it towards itself because of gravitational force. The center of mass of the Earth is situated at the center. So the gravitational force of any object due to Earth is always directed towards the center of the Earth. Because of this force, an object falls vertically downwards on the Earth. We have learned that Earth has a force which attracts object towards itself, and that is known as the gravitational force. And the center of mass of Earth is a spherical body. So the center of mass is at the center. So the force of attraction is towards the center. And this is the reason why any object which is around the Earth is attracted towards the center of the Earth, and hence when we throw any object upward, it falls vertically downwards to the earth. Similarly, when we throw a stone vertically upward, this force tries to pull it down and reduces its velocity. Due to this constant pull, the velocity becomes zero. After a while, the pull continues to be exerted and the stone starts moving vertically downwards towards the center of the earth due to under its influence. What does this informs us is, when we are throwing any object upward from the earth, we are giving it an initial velocity. Due to that velocity, it tries to move upward. But continuously it is acted by the gravitational force. And gradually, the velocity which we have given it reduces, and it after a particular reaching a particular height, only the gravitational force is acting on it. So the initial velocity due to which we have thrown reduces gradually and reaches a point called as zero. The velocity becomes zero, and at that point only the gravitational force is acting on it. So it starts moving vertically downwards to the center of the earth. Thus, if the earth attracts according to Newton's law of gravitation, every object attracts every other object. Thus, if the earth attracts an apple towards itself, the earth also attracts the earth towards itself with the same force. Then why does the apple fall towards it but the earth does not move towards the apple? Here, the earth is moving continuously with a velocity in its orbit, whereas apple is having only the initial velocity which we have given it. Hence, after a particular time, the gravitational force is only acting on it. Hence, the apple is falling towards the earth, but due to the velocity which due to which the earth is revolving and rotating, the earth is not falling towards the apple. The gravitational force due to the earth also act on the moon, because of which it revolves around the sun. The gravitational force is acting on this moon and any object which is around it, and which helps them to revolve around the earth. What does this mean? Here the gravitational force is acting on the moon and pulling it towards the center. That means here the gravitational force is acting as the centripetal force. We know that because of the centripetal force, an object can revolve in a circular path. Similar situation exists for the artificial satellites orbiting the earth. The moon and the artificial satellites orbit the earth because of the centripetal force given by the earth in the form of gravitational force. The earth attracts them towards itself, but unlike the falling of apple, they do not fall on the earth. This is because of the velocity of the moon and the satellite along their orbit. They are having a velocity which is perpendicular to the gravitational force, due to which they do not fall on the earth. If their velocity was not there, they would have fallen on the earth. Definitely, if they don't have that they don't have that velocity, then they will also fall towards the center of the earth. So let's conclude this. The earth attracts every object due to gravitational force. The center of mass of earth is situated at its center, hence all objects fall vertically downwards the earth. Due to this gravitational force, the moon and the artificial satellites orbit the earth. Moon and the artificial satellites do not fall like apple. This is due to the velocity of motion along their orbit. So, if any object is thrown upward, it travels a certain distance as the gravitational force is acting on it. Its velocity reduces gradually. When the velocity becomes zero due to the gravitational force acting on it, the objects start moving vertically downwards to the center of the earth.